Salud.
Salud.
Let's go.
Let's
pinche
get it.
lad.
A
Let's
huevo,
get
pinche
it.
Cesar.
This is my show today,
This
bro.
is all you.
This is my time to shine. I'll be your
huevo.
host today, you guys.
Let's go.
We're
Episode
switching
101.
roles.
Switching
Episode
it up.
101.
Cesar's hosting.
I'm hosting
A ver
today.
qué trae,
A
mi
ver
gente.
cómo.
A ver qué, a ver qué.
A ver cómo le hacemos porque, usually you're the one that takes the hosting role, kind of get us through moving topics and stuff like that. But we're like, you know what? Let me give it a shot for
Hay
once.
que mover la cosita ahora. Like we said, you're the one el que reparte el queso ahora.
Esto, como dijo Peso Pluma.
A huevo. Let's
Pero,
get it.
¿cómo andas? How was your
chilling.
day today?
I'm chilling. It's hot as fuck in the Bay Area.
Oh, today was hot.
It's been hot all week. If I can shout out somebody, Balls Deep. You played with us this Monday.
Yeah, shout out.
And yeah, shout out to the squad. We didn't make the championship game, but basically third and fourth, we won it. Cesar was there at key making some paradones.
Y hacía falta, have a good competition, a good game.
Yeah, we won
Pero-
4-1.
Yeah, it was a good game. The team, you're making a pretty good team. I know it's your last season, right?
Yeah. So we're taking a season off. But we started trying out new players now to see who we want for the future. We got some ballers, dude.
Yeah, man, you had some ballers out there, and a couple of the regular ones too that usually go there, loyal to you, and it was a good game.
Yeah, Cesar's usually our backup to the backup keeper whenever we need him and he's free.
Yeah,
Porque no quiere meterse full time, Cesar.
yeah, man. It's because got a couple other things on the side. Been doing some coaching classes, one-on-ones, so kind of been taking up my free time apart from the podcast.
We're ready at Balls Deep FC to give you that multi-million-dollar contract that you've been waiting for, pero pues no quieres.
Well, maybe next season, whenever you decide to come back to that Monday league. But yeah, let's get going, you guys. Jam-packed agenda, like Omar has coined the term.
Huevo.
Yeah, we're gonna go through a bunch of Premier League news. We got Real Madrid Champions League this week, which was awesome to say the least.
Oh yeah, wild quarterfinals.
Wild quarterfinals, living up to the hype. Twitter was on fire, Discord was on fire, and we were just loving every second. So we'll go over that, and then we have the U.S. women's, and usually are around the leagues. But yeah, you ready?
Let's get it.
Let's get started. We're gonna start off with top news. Everton got handed another point deduction. That's 2 points for their financial breaches, 3 points from relegation now.
Yeah, so yeah, they're right now battling for relegation is Nottingham Forest with Luton Town, right? For like the only one that kind of seems feasible, like somebody can swap.
Yeah.
And now Everton's right down there.
Yeah, because Burnley's at 19 points, Sheffield's 16, so it seems like they're gone, right? With
they're gone. Ya se fueron.
6 matches to go, I think.
They packed their bags.
Pretty much say, nah.
Hey.
Goodbye.
Yeah, they're gone. It kind of looked like was it Sheffield United might make a comeback the other day that they were winning. But no pudieron los güeyes.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not official, but we can pretty much say, Burnley, in my opinion, kind of disappointed us this season.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with Company.
Yeah, we expected more from Company.
Well, Burnley and Sheffield were the top two, right? In the championship, and they came in not swinging. They came in weak. Lutoncitos, who everyone made fun of because they had that shitty stadium, not shitty stadium, the very urban stadium, like in the middle of their town, right? But they're pumping.
Yeah, they we'll go over it a bit later, but they won this weekend. So yeah, Everton, it's just so funny because Everton again getting a slap saying, yo, you guys, your financial breaches. Them, Nottingham Forest, but nothing about City.
Onta City.
Los pinches citizens
Quítenle
also.
los pinches puntos.
O mándelos a segunda, but they need.
A la tercera, cabrón.
They need to fucking same treatment for everybody here. If you did financial breaches,
Some fool on Twitter was going viral because somebody was making like a wild point saying they need to get them, take them down to the National League, and I was dying. I was like, bro, imagine City with like the contracts of all the players that they got, but playing like Wrexham.
Yeah, playing in like 2,000 a seat stadium or less. That'd be insane. But City need to get some points taken away, porque this is unfair for Everton. This is unfair for Nottingham.
I'm telling you,
and for the rest of the league too, right? Because they have all these contracts with like multi-million dollar contracts. Like
it's that litigation, man. The lawyers are just
the lawyers, dude.
keeping los tiran de loco a todos, no?
Pero what do you think? You think Everton stays up or los Lutoncitos or
Everton's pretty solid, bro. What have they gotten? Like 15 points taken away now, something like that. Like they're a good squad and they fight until the end every match. They're not that terrible like a lot of these other teams. I think they are one step above Luton Town.
Yeah.
So I don't know. A piece of me wants Luton Town to stay.
I want Luton Town to stay.
The lore of that stadium where it's at. Yeah. They're still getting players like Ross Barkley to turn it on all of a sudden. And I don't know.
Forward Morris, he's been killing it for them.
Yeah, I low-key want like Nottingham Forest to go down just because how much changes they've made.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bro, like maybe you should have stayed with your loyal team. Maybe you should have worked with the chemistry more than just bringing in every lone player possible, right?
Navas was even there last season to stay up.
No, for real.
Which ended up working for them, right? But at the same time, like you spend so much money and you're still fighting for relegation. Like at this point, you deserve to go down.
Yeah, I'd say my guess Everton stays, Nottingham Forest goes, Luton Town. Out of surprise, typical Premier League craziness, they stay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Same thing. I just want Lutoncitos to stay up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care who else goes down. Everton, Nottingham.
We need los Lutoncitos in our life.
Lutoncitos needs to stay.
Down huevo.
All right, moving on. We're going to go to Real Madrid. Yep. So earlier in the week before their game, they requested to UEFA that they are able to shut off the roof for the match against Manchester City. I
think they did do it. So the match was yesterday. For context, folks, today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
They played yesterday and they tied 3-3, which we'll go over. But I think they did. And apparently it was to boost atmosphere.
That's crazy. Well, I think it's dope that they're able to do that. They put so much money into the stadium.
Yeah. I mean, que se creen pinche WWE or what? Like, no mames, va a salir Undertaker or some shit.
Van a encerrar todas las luces como en Mexico.
I know, fuck. Va a salir La Parca or some shit.
I don't know, but did you feel like it made any difference?
I mean, from TV, probably not, right? Because you got the mics on the field, right? But I doubt it. But maybe to the players. But the moment that you close the stadium, you can make the temperature perfect, right? It's like AC, right? Yeah. So I don't know.
Temperature control, right?
Yeah, I doubt the temperature is terrible right now in Madrid.
Yeah.
It's probably fine. So I don't think any of that stuff really makes that much of a difference.
Yeah, but I mean, they just have that luxury, to do what they want. They rebuilt the stadium, perfect pitch. Fans seems like everybody showed up to that game.
Yeah, maybe it was louder, right? Maybe you just couldn't tell. But, I mean, it didn't help. They tied. I don't know, were they trying to intimidate? Be like, or our fans are going to be 3 times louder or something, right? But no.
Which is interesting because it's City, they already get a whole bunch of shit probably in Premier League, right? Going away. The empty hat, or even going to a crosstown derby at United, like our old Trafford. You don't think they're going to be loud and telling the players shit on the field?
Yeah, they're used to it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're used to it by now.
I don't know why they really needed to. Maybe it was just Florentino trying to flex the stadium.
Probably that's probably what it was. Just saying, yo, look at my stadium, guys.
Nah, pues sí, mi juguetito.
All right, we got U.S. Women's in the She Believes Cup. So they have this tournament. A lot of teams getting ready for the 2026 Olympics. Canada's in this, Japan, and Brazil, along with the U.S. The U.S. ended up winning this game against Canada in penalties.
Yep. 2-2 yesterday. What was going viral was the U.S. keeper, Alyssa Naher, the keeper of the U.S. squad. She was going viral because she blocked a penalty. She kicked the next one, made it. And then she blocked the next one again.
She's badass.
She's hardcore, no?
She's hardcore. 35-year-old, plays for Chicago Red Stars.
Oh, well.
And she was like, I got you guys.
Our homegirl, Sophia Smith, she scored the 2 goals. I got to see her live at Portland Thorns.
She plays for Portland Thorns?
Yeah, she balled out. Shout out to the U.S. getting ready for the Olympics because everybody has a lot of questions, right?
Yeah, especially the way they ended up the World Cup, this last one. And especially also, they ended up winning the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they didn't look too great, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, is this new generational change actually happening? Are we having a good transition? But so far, we can say that it's looking good. It's not looking the best. But
they're finally transitioning, I think, right? They had the hard line drawn, putting all your money into Sophia Smith, putting all your money into Trinity Rodman, putting all your money into all the ballers that they have. Alex Morgan actually did start the game. But putting the right pieces of veterans with Lindsay Horan.
Yeah. She came in big in that game against Japan. She scored one of the goals.
Yeah, putting the right veterans in place with very young players, I think that's how you transition into a very bright U.S. women's national team future because they have some baller young women.
Yeah. I think best of luck to all of these women going into that World Cup or the Olympic Games. But, this is what we want to see. We want to see more women's soccer everywhere. And talking about that, we can talk a little bit about this weekend. We're going to be going to the Bay FC game.
Let's go, baby.
Our very first Bay FC game. It's the second time they play home.
Yep.
They're playing against
Seattle Reign. Yeah,
So,
on Sunday. They lost the first match at home, so we're hoping for some better luck. They both have like 3 points total, I think. So it should be a good match. I think both teams are good. They're just a bit struggling.
Yeah.
Bay FC, I mean, hay que calentar motores. Takes a little bit.
Y hay que apoyar. Ahí vamos a estar a apoyar so they know, that we're behind them. And tickets are pretty cheap. I think the cheapest tickets were like $17.
Yep.
In the supporter section. So if you guys got any time, if you're up here in the Bay, we'll be out there. Just come out and support.
And to our followers, if you guys have never checked out an NWSL game, if you've been on the fence about it, don't know if you should go or not, you 100% should go. The tickets are cheaper relatively than the Earthquakes games, even though the Earthquakes have won one game in the past like fucking 10 years.
Dude.
And the atmosphere is electrifying, man. Like I said, I just went and saw Sophia Smith at the Portland's home opener. So exciting, so crazy. Like it's very rarely that even in MLS I see that type of environment. So it's a lot of fun. It is worth the time, worth the money. Give it a go.
Yeah, and anywhere in the U.S., it doesn't matter where you go. Just go to an NWSL game.
They're fun.
And I bet you're going to have a blast.
They're lit. Just one last thing in the U.S. Match. Did you see? Have you heard of the story of Corbin Albert? She's off the bench for the U.S. women's team. She plays for PSG women's. Mm-hmm. She's a 20-year-old American player at PSG. She's been under fire because she was like liking posts of people like having kind of homophobic comments on Twitter, and then she wasn't very supportive apparently on social media when she was younger because this is a while ago. She's barely 20.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, she wasn't super supportive of Megan Rapinoe and the team, like being like supportive of the LGBTQ community. And she just recently, I guess somebody caught her that she had liked the picture of somebody criticizing Megan Rapinoe when she got hurt her last game, the game that she retired. Megan Rapinoe, she sprained her ankle, I believe. And somebody on Twitter was like calling her out, like being like, "Oh, this liberal getting hurt. Thank God she got hurt." And Corbin Albert liked it. So it painted this picture of a very conservative athlete, right? And so she got booed when she came into the game.
Damn.
This game. I think this is like one of her first matches back with the U.S. and she got booed. She played a little bit versus Japan, but the crowd's giving it to her, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you can have your own views or whatever, but sometimes things like this are going to happen.
Having your own views is one thing, but then if you're liking stuff like of a person getting injured because you don't like their views, like now you're getting messy, right? And at the end of the day, what we want is footy, right? And if you're gonna get called out if the U.S. women's team is a very progressive, very forward thinking, right?
Yes.
It's literally trying to bring women's soccer to the forefront, right? They don't love a lot of these very conservative, I would say in some ways, shape or form, negative thoughts. So they let her hear it, and she apologized.
Yeah, I think I seen her on Twitter apologizing for it, saying she was like younger, that she's not like that anymore, type of thing.
Que bueno, hay que madurar.
Hey, se madura la gente. As long as you recognize and are able to take the heat now for it, we can all move past it.
And we move. ¿Verdad?
Y lo que sigue. Y tú sigue trabajando and we'll keep going. Anyways, we're going to continue around the leagues.
Let's get it.
We got the Champions League, the big thing that happened this week. We got Champions League. We got Manchester City against Real Madrid. What a game that was, man.
All of them. But, yeah, this one was crazy.
Yeah, all of them were great.
Thankfully, they're majority during my lunch because, like, yo, legit, I got that shit full volume at my desk. Yeah. And I'm like, no me estorben, cabrones, que ando en lonche.
Let's go. Nobody pulled up a channel and was like, what are you watching?
Yeah, a couple people will stop by. They'll stop by. But, like, sometimes they be ojeando, right? They're like, hey, you're supposed to be working, dog. I'm like, nah, cabrón. I need my break. I need my breaks también. No, but yeah, 3-3. What a fucking match.
3-3. Holy shit.
In el Bernabeu. So, I know one of the biggest questions is, like, ¿Quién sale mejor, no?
Yeah.
¿A quién le va a ir mejor in the next match?
Going into the Etihad, right?
Going into the Etihad. I don't think que el Etihad by itself, like, pesa.
Como, digamos que pesa más el Bernabeu.
Yeah.
That stadium like the Etihad.
Yeah, that's the way that I look at it. But at the end of the day, it's your home field advantage that you kind of lost, not taking away the win from your home. But at the end of the day, it's 0-0.
Yeah, I think it was a great game. Bernardo Silva's first goal, que le entra al portero on his.
Yeah. You called it out in the Discord. You're like, Lunin,
no. Because I'm a big fan of Lunin. He's been killing it ever since Kepa got injured. He stepped up to the play, and I was like, yo, this keeper is good.
He's solid.
He's a solid keeper. That first goal, 2 minutes in, como locker room goal.
Yeah. But that's tough, though, because, like, he's not from the biggest of footy nations, right? So, like, you are this underdog making it up the ranks. And if you mess up like that, sometimes it makes it very easy for your coach to be like, all right, I need somebody bigger, better.
Yeah.
All right. So you bring in the Kepas. You can bring in.
Oh, he's from Ukraine. Apologies.
Yeah, from Ukraine. And then when Courtois comes back, what's his name? Ancelotti's not going to touch his heart. He's going to be like, no, my guy. Remember that slip up you had? Oh, ni una más.
And then we have Courtois, who's Champions League winner.
Yeah.
Right? Pesa at the end of the day. But I think he's made like really good time of him being the starter goalkeeper that another team can easily be like, yo, like he's good enough. Let's take him somewhere else.
Yeah,
easy. A good team, right? Yeah. Somebody that's looking for a transitional change of a goalie.
Yeah, a la Emi Martinez, right? Forever backup Arsenal, now stud keeper at Aston Villa, World Cup winner, right? This guy can do that too.
Yeah. And then Rodrigo scoring that 2-1, like, back-to-back.
Yeah, 2-1, and then City flipped it on them.
City flipped it.
And then Real Madrid barely towards the end. Fede Valverde, el pájaro with the fucking banger.
We've called it before. We're like, yo, man can shoot it from anywhere.
Donde
the 18-yard box. Donde sea.
Si ves el balón en el aire, güey, like aguas.
Conta, busquen a Valverde, porque ese te lo va a clavar.
If that ball's not on the ground and it's going towards Valverde, persínate, güey, or go tackle him or something.
Throw yourself in front of the ball, anything.
Bro, that's like 80% chances in. Like,
yeah. And, yeah, it was crazy. Phil Foden, igualito. La tiene marcada. He does it every single time. On the right side, cuts in, sopas.
But Phil Foden right now can't do any wrong.
No.
Bruh is
lights out.
Bruh might be up for, like, player of the year in the Premier League. He's playing completely lights out. Even Guardiola's like, who's Kevin De Bruyne? Who? Like, what? I only know Foden.
Yeah, right now, Phil Foden. And then Josko Guardiola.
Yeah.
También otro banger.
Puros bangers this weekend.
And his was a weak foot banger. Right?
Yeah.
Right foot on the last
21-year-old, what? 21-year-old playing like a grown-ass man?
Like Jesus. Nothing, bro. His first goal for Manchester City, and it had to be a banger from him. But, yeah, other than that, it's going to be a great return leg next week.
Yep.
And who do you got?
I still think Real Madrid will take it. Because I mean, City's a little bit tight with some injuries. I think Real Madrid, I think they've learned their lesson from last time, right? They can't let that happen this time at the Etihad. And I think they could do it. I think they'll turn on.
I don't know. I personally think Manchester City will be winning. I think, I don't know if, what's his name is coming back? Right back.
Kyle Walker. Mid-April. Yeah, he should be back. In a week? Maybe on the bench, but...
Yeah, so I think he was a big miss for them on that right side because Rodrigo just was walking in through that side.
Yeah.
That's a Kanji.
But if he's not at 100%, I mean, I think Guardiola will probably not risk him.
And then De Bruyne's also didn't even play this last game, but it was available.
Yeah.
So if he comes in, that's also otro jugador que pesa. Supposedly, right? Because siempre...
Yeah, De Bruyne doesn't show up sometimes,
Yeah.
right? So it could be tough. A ver cómo le va.
But anyways, moving on to your Arsenal. 2-2 against Bayern Munich. ¿Qué le pasó a tu Arsenal que como un mazapán se desboronó?
Se deshizo el güey. Yeah, they were up 1-0 off of a beautiful Saka goal, like usual, right? Cutting in. Don't let that man cut in.
Star boy.
Don't let that boy be on his left.
Yep.
Golazo, right? And yeah, like you said, they had confidence. They looked good.
They were fearless.
For the first 18 minutes until the 18th minute goal. And then it was literally like a clear out, un madrazo que sacó the back line, the Bayern, right?
Raya and the defender que como que no se hablaron.
Yeah.
Y luego the defender
ended up going for it.
And passed it wide.
He gave it a bad ball wide, which I think it was to Jorginho or somebody who should have gotten it.
Yeah.
But just gave it like ay, no la alcancé. And I'm like, my guy, it's the pinche Champions way. Sí. Bárrete. Haz algo, tírale el pinche zapato, algo. But just like, ay, no me lo diste mal. Oh my God, my guy. And then Bayern recovered it, threw ball over to, like it looked, the moment that happened, the defense just looked like water.
Yeah.
Like everybody was just like, no, I don't know who to grab. And then Bayern just pushed the line up. They got a ball into Serge Gnabry, who got a good deflection on, he got a good shot, and then Raya deflected it in basically, right? Yeah. Couldn't block it. But no, yeah, Gnabry doing us dirty, ley de los exes.
Yeah, and it sucks because, I mean, even the second goal was otro balonazo, the Bayern, and then it was Sane who just ran from like their third
quarters, yeah,
their third, and he was just running down the line, and it was just like ¿Quién lo va a parar? Y hasta que alguien mete la pata, but it's inside
the box. It was Saliba,
like at that point, like.
It's what they teach you, dog, in la escuela de fútbol. Allá los fouls, right? If you're seeing this fool torching you, which is something I'll talk about in a second, this fool is torching them.
Yeah.
Kiwi Orton ni lo veía, güey. And he's torching you. He's about to take the ball another 60 yards towards your goal. Bájalo allá. En la otra mitad, al medio campo, get a yellow.
Yeah. And you can tell as soon as he took off that he was just gone.
Beeline, straight.
He was just
knew where he was going.
Running and had control. And you can just tell that man was like going solito.
On a mission, dog. He's like, agárrenme porque si no va a ser gol, güey.
And right before que lo tumbaron, I was like, he's going to shoot it now. Pero lo alcanzan a tumbar. And
we tried to do like one last break, right?
Yeah.
To be like wide open, which he was going to be. Y le metió la pata en la nota. And
who steps up?
It has to be Harry Kane. It has to be. A tale as old as time itself. He has the most like goals against Arsenal out of anybody. He has like the last 7 matches he scored against Arsenal. He has like 15 total goals against Arsenal, but about half of them are penalties. So you're like, my guy, it's not that impressive. Okay, cálmate la verga.
It's not, but at the end of the day, it's Harry Kane.
Tiene
de cliente.
He had to score. It had to be him. And yeah, and he did it. They were up 2-1. Arsenal didn't look great, right? And then Leandro Trossard, the super sub.
Yep.
El de los binoculares.
Did that celebration.
He had to do it. And he scored a killer goal a la Trossard.
Yeah.
Ball falls right to him, hits it beautifully goal. And Arsenal looked like at that point, finally in the second half, they were starting to pick it up.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they drew.
Yeah.
I
mean, I guess it's a just draw. Not for Arsenal, porque defensively, I just feel like los nervios más que nada.
Yeah.
That they're a young team, a young squad. trying to get that experience of being in these latter stages, and it showed that they're not used to it.
Yeah, if we're talking about like justified, Arsenal had way more possession, almost 60-40 total shots, 13 versus 8. But the big chances started going towards Bayern at that point because they were clinical with what they had. They had very few chances, but they were ready to score if they had another one.
Yeah,
and it looked like they were. When they took out Sané for, I think, Kingsley Coman. Coman's a baller, but at that point, just because you know how much Sané is tearing you up, you're like, oh, thank God, right? And Coman kind of se calmó la cosa un poco. But también, one thing that I wanted to complain about, Arteta, my guy, 4 center back line. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like 4 center backs. It doesn't work for you that great in league. You can kind of get by, right? But on la pinche Champions, way, you need ligeritos, correlones, people that can catch up to Sané.
Yeah.
How do you expect Kiwior to catch up to Sané? No way. Ni en sus sueños, way.
Playing devil's advocate or defending Arteta a little bit here, we've seen a lot of coaches change things up because a big game is coming. They don't usually play. They usually play with that 4 center back in the back, right?
They have been because of injuries and stuff like that.
So, ¿para qué le vas a cambiar?
Yeah. Equipo que gana no se toca.
Yeah, porque luego le cambias and you're like, well, I wasn't playing like that. I wasn't practicing, and now I want to change it. Mira lo que pasó.
Yeah, pero pues cuando eres un equipo grande, supposedly you can plug and play your best players, right?
Yeah.
If you're heading towards a city-type model, Guardiola doesn't touch his heart, and he'll put in Rico Lewis, who hasn't played in 3 matches, and he'll play you al 100.
Yeah.
Right? But maybe that's a little bit of that confidence that he doesn't have in a Zinchenko, because he put Zinchenko as a sub, and he did better. Tomiyasu comes in off the bench, right? And they are more natural outside backs, right? But there's something there that he has more confidence in a 6'4" center back in Kiwior at your left back.
That's rough.
Which we all know this time in the game, your outside backs are attackers.
Yes.
Right? But guess what? Kiwior is not an attacker. Ben White has been progressing a lot. He's very good at attacking. He had a breakaway on goal. Yeah. Right? He's killing it. Maybe he's hoping Kiwior does that. But like, my guy, para este partido, para mí se necesitaba un Zinchenko there.
Yeah, and it goes along with, the rest of the team. Here we have Arteta, who was, he's been there with under Pep, right, in these latter stages. But now, being the head coach, it's like all the responsibility falls on you. Choosing the right players, getting them in that mentality, practicing with them. And in these moments, you're kind of seeing that not experienced enough come into play.
Yeah.
So, está difícil la cosa. When do you guys get Timber back?
Timber's supposed to be back mid-April.
Okay.
I believe they registered him for the Champions League so he can just jump right in. But va a estar cabrón.
Va a estar cabrón.
Because the thing is, like, what's wrong with the Zinchenko? My guy, he started at City. Yeah. Right? Ahí lo tenías jugadorazo, right? Maybe you got a little too cute with the match and you're like, oh, he always inverts. So, like, it's not about possession today. It's more like a vertical or something, right? At the end of the day, he's a solid outside back.
Natural position.
That covers
a natural right winger from the other team. Like,
so
it makes sense.
We'll see qué pedazos mueve Arteta. You have a game over the weekend in league. I would try out some outside backs there que agarran aire, right? And then Wednesday, tienes que ir con lo mejor.
Con todo. Aliens. Did you see a post-game interview, Harry Kane? There were still Arsenal fans there. And what were they chanting?
They were chanting, they said, he's top of the league. He's top of the league. Granit Xhaka, he's top of the league. I was dying. I was like, they had to be memes like that. Tenían que darle la carrilla, güey.
And that's the thing you get in England, bro. Esa carrilla.
They know it's supposed Tottenham.
Yep.
Tottenham through and through. Guess what? You're not going to hear the end of it, my guy.
No.
Because you're in another league. You're at the best team in the history of that league. You're supposed to be there to help them win more, but they're not going to win anything. Right? It's typical Tottenham. And they had to let him hear it.
Yeah.
And that's hilarious. Shout out to you British folks, man.
There we go.
Y'all killing it.
And I was like, he was keeping, subject
He's
on
being
it.
serious.
Yeah, talking. And I was like, how are you able to keep that train of thought when you're having these hecklers?
Yeah.
But yeah, It was hilarious either way. All right, moving on. We got PSG against Barcelona.
Today.
That was today. Being Wednesday.
También otro partido back and forth.
Partidazo.
Right? Score-wise. All these games were a lot of tómala tú. You got the momentum. Get your goals. I'll score right now. Shit was wild, man.
Yeah, so we got Rafinha. Started off, put Barcelona up 1-0. Then we got Dembele and Vitinha turning it around.
Yeah.
2-1 for PSG. And Rafinha was like, I got you guys.
Was doing it himself.
The 2-2, and then Christensen coming off the bench with the 3-2.
Yeah, Rafinha, legit, probably MVP of the match.
Yeah.
Easily, right? He was doing everything. Him or I think Dembele was balling out today for PSG. But, I mean, Barcelona got the dub, right? So estaba más cabrón.
Yeah, I think this scoreline for Barcelona is like, yo, we believe we can do it. Like, I feel like going into this match, everybody thought, PSG is the one to beat.
Yeah.
But Barcelona, the young kids, the Pedri came back from injury, looked really well. Gave that assist beautiful assist to Rafinha.
Mm-hmm.
Kubarsi at the back was solid. Dude, I was thinking, I was like, yo, what if this is modern day Barcelona's Puyol? Solid defender who's going to be a leader at the back once he's old enough.
Might just be. You just gotta watch out for injuries with them, honestly, because that's what they're doing to Pedri and Gavi, right? Everyone kept making the jokes like, dog, they're playing too many games, right? And it ended up happening. They each have had major injuries since then. But if Barcelona can kind of manage what they got going on in Liga this weekend, putting Christensen in the back instead of this fool, déjalo descansar.
Same thing with Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
Super young still. He played, 70 minutes of the game?
No se vio tanto.
No
lo dejaron
he
tampoco.
Did give that, nice ball where Donnarumma came out and spilled it for that first goal that Rafinha scored.
Yeah.
Which was another talking point. Donnarumma just wasn't up to par today, what we're used to, what we expect from somebody like him. I feel like that first goal, he kind of spilled it. He should have gone and grabbed it. And a couple of the other goals, you're like, what are you doing, bro?
A bit jittery.
Yeah, a bit nervous.
A bit butterfingery, como que se le iba un poco.
But yeah, I thought it was a great game.
Yeah, it was a really good game. Otro que no se vio tanto, Mbappe. He was getting called out a lot that he was just kind of not his usual self. No se veía tanto solo. He wasn't creating the most of spaces for himself for 1v1s. Dembele was doing that a lot. Yeah. And he did make Barcelona pay for him with another ley de los exes. What's good? But yeah, Mbappe, I don't know. Maybe just not 100% on it today. Ronald Araujo
locked him down.
Did a good job. Ronald Araujo did have his slip ups himself, but I think Mbappe couldn't get the best of him on the biggest of plays. Ronaldo was able to win what he needed to. But this is gonna set up for a really good match. It's gonna be tough for PSG. You can never count out Mbappe.
Yeah.
But he has to show up.
Yeah, and it's just another tale of, in my opinion, just PSG not being able to have a good enough squad. On paper, they might look like they have a good enough squad, but they just don't make it happen. Yeah. So it's gonna be a really good match going into Barcelona, and I just hope my Barcelona can keep up.
I was excited for. I when they started off winning, when they were 2-1, I was like, damn, is PSG really about to do it without a Neymar, without a Messi? Is it really more of a team game now versus having these superstars, right? And then everyone else just trying to help. Pero se les volteó el barco.
Yeah, did you see Rafinha doing the Ronaldinho celebration?
Which one, the dance? Or what
dance. He goes around like
he nice.
Did it, and then he did the Neymar celebration. I forgot what it was, but he has a celebration that he used to do at PSG. Se los hizo.
Damn! All of a sudden, Rafinha showing up, and he's like, "Let me get my shit."
Ronaldinho was in the stands too.
He was. All the celebs were there.
But you got Barcelona this game, second leg. Who did you guess in the Discord?
So my 4 that I guessed was Arsenal, Madrid, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and then PSG. I think I could still get them right. I'll still say PSG. I think they'll turn.
Okay. You said Arsenal, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and PSG. And the last Champions League game, we got Atletico Madrid against Dortmund. Atletico won 2-1 at home. But Sebastian Haller got the last goal at the 81st.
Sí te digo, nobody was watching it.
I was watching it.
Why? Everyone was watching.
I had the dual cast.
You got the damn.
On that. I'm not paying for nothing. I just find them.
La Pulga, the online Pulga.
Yeah. But it was good. It was like a minute or two off. But
I'm dead. I mean, CBS has the multicast show as well, where it'll like go between both if there's a good play. But I was like, brother, like I'm gonna watch PSG Barcelona. I want to see the quality here. I don't want to see whatever Dortmund's got going on, which they're a good squad against like Cholos Atletico right now.
Yeah. Rodrigo de Paul scored the first goal at the 4th minute, and then Samuel Lino got the 2-0 at the time. But I felt like this Atletico Madrid, I was watching the game, and they just had a lot more chances that they should have put away. That going into Dortmund, I'm like, wait, hold on. This might be getting interesting because at home, Dortmund can be really good.
That one goal might come back to bite them in the ass. There's only 9 minutes left in the game. That's a locker room goal, my guy. Yeah. No. Eso no se dejan. Dortmund had 66% possession.
Yeah, but they didn't look too dangerous.
But,
when I was watching
but yeah, Atletico Madrid expected to go over 2, and Dortmund below 1. So that's how you can tell when someone's just being a little bit more clinical than you, my guy.
Yeah, so Cholo Simeone, typical things on the sideline, just being super expressive. And se le puso al tú al otro coach.
I saw there was a play at the end or like the keeper was, his keeper was clearing it out, and then like he wanted somebody to kick it, and his leg was like jerking. Like, you know, when you're at home and your team, you're like, it's not gonna wait. He was like a legit fan. That's what he is. He's just a fan on the sidelines.
Yes. Dude, he's so funny to watch sometimes because he's just so passionate. Se pone bien rojo a veces. And you're like, holy shit, bro, chill.
Cálmate, güey.
Te va a dar un ataque al corazón, bro.
Neta que sí.
But who do you got this match?
I'm going to stick with my same.
Dortmund?
I still think Dortmund. No, I had said Atletico.
Okay.
I think Atletico will come through.
There we go. We don't got Europa League this week, huh?
We usually never cover it.
All right, moving on. We got the Premier League. We got 6 match weeks left.
Let's go.
6 games to go.
A huevo.
Your Arsenal won 3-0 against Brighton.
A huevo.
Pinche Brighton ni metió las manos.
Ni las manos ni nada, güey. Yeah, Arsenal pretty handily won. Bukayo Saka got the penalty. He came out pretty early, I believe. And then Havertz scored, and Arsenal fans are chanting. What were they chanting? Like 60 million down the drain, 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again. Because everyone makes the joke, right? That he sucks, but he's got 9 goals and 5 assists in the season. That's good numbers to me, decent, man. Yeah, and he's turning it on now, which is when you need it.
And it's like not the usual player you expect to get goals from, right? Because he's just been pretty bad.
He had at the beginning of the season. The second half, he's been really solid.
But yeah, he's been turning it on. And then Leandro Trossard also got a goal.
A huevo, my guy.
Which is good for him, but I fucking had him last week for FPL. And I was like, no hiciste nada, güey. Sácate. So I dropped him, and then the following week he scored.
Hay que tener confianza, son procesos. Cesar. You gotta allow people to do well.
Yeah, Brighton just didn't do much. They were at home. Had only 2 shots on target. Possession was pretty equal, but you expect a little bit more out of this Brighton. Yeah, but it just goes to show how much Arsenal's just on fire.
This Brighton's just not too hot this season either. The Serbi's kind of having a little bit of a headache with them.
A lot of injuries.
Sure, I'm sure he's halfway out the door too. There's rumors that he'll go to a better squad. But yeah, this Brighton needs to rebuild, get better off their injuries, get a couple more of those young players to break through. Yeah, they'll do better next year. They're still top 10. They're 10th. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad for them. Manchester United against Liverpool. We got 2-2 there, a tie. Mainu with an amazing goal.
Yeah, low-key, I've been kind of a hater on him. I'm like, bro, a United youngster. Come on, we've heard this story before, but this fool's solid.
He's solid. And
starting for the English team now too.
Yeah, I have a note here that says just England keeps producing players, and they're not afraid to pull him up and say, all right, let's see what you got. Let's see what you're made of. Mm-hmm. And what's cool about this kid, or what you can tell is that he seems just so natural. Like he's been playing at a top level for a while now.
Yeah.
He's had a few slip ups, but very, very few compared to, an amazing goal or a goal in England as well. So I don't know, man. Maybe we should stop hating on him, or at least you should.
I definitely have stopped now. He's a baller, certified baller. He's really helping out this United squad, and sometimes that's what you need. You need the kids to help you out, right? Para eso están.
They're hungry. They're ready for their shot, and they just need that opportunity. Bruno Fernandes scored as well, and then on the other side you got Luis Diaz and Mohamed Salah.
Pinche Salah, way. I fucking triple captained him midweek in the budget one, thinking that he was going to score hell against Sheffield. Didn't score. He comes out early, and then now. I captained him again. He scores a penalty. Yeah,
he got you up to third.
But I could have. But if I would have captained Foden, be first place right now, dog.
Yeah. Darwin Nunez keeps missing fucking sitters. It's so annoying to watch because I have him on FPL también and just keeps. Thankfully, he got an assist here, pero.
Rumors to Barcelona. Luis Diaz.
Lucho.
Yeah, some rumors.
Bernardo Silva is also rumored
y
there.
También.
So,
¿Con cuál dinero?
Pues yo no sé. Gundogan, if he pulls Bernardo Silva, I think Barcelona can be tough.
They'd be stacked.
Bye-bye,
jovencitos.
Moving on, we got
Tottenham. What about your boy, Onana's Vaseline?
Oh, shit, yeah.
La Vaselina de Onana, that pulled out the Vaselina. I thought it was Vapor Rub. And then
it literally says right there, Vaseline.
Yeah, and then I saw the clear thing, and I was like, what the fuck? You're a keeper. Have you ever done that?
Never. I've never seen it either. It's the first time I see somebody put Vaseline on their gloves.
Well, I'm trying to think what it would do. Like, it's sticky?
It make them sticky, yeah. Pero, I don't know, man.
Are you allowed to put substances on your gloves?
I was like,
because they barely spit on them. They barely throw water.
There is a sticky, glue. I think they call it, that you put it on your gloves.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much more sticky it gets or how sticky it gets.
And that sticky stuff's allowed?
I don't know if it's allowed at the professionals, but I know they sell it, and it says for goalie gloves.
Interesting.
I've never used it. I've never seen any of my goalkeeper friends use it. I've never seen professionals use it other than this Vaseline.
Imagine the keeper grabs it, and then he leaves residue on the ball, and then you he throws it down to you as a player, and then you push the ball and you get shit all over your cleats.
Yeah, or sometimes it has a pace, y lo brincan de más, or
especially Vaseline, that shit comes off on the ball.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
easily. Imagine then you header and then you just get the fucking Vaseline all over your.
It's like
a boxer.
Yeah,
Vaseline. Hey, tráela.
No, that shit was wild. I was like, what the. But yeah, Onana had a couple good saves too, so
it's cool.
I need to stop hating on him maybe too, because he's been doing all right. Still the most scored goalkeeper though, so that was la cosa. But yeah, moving on. Tottenham beat Nottingham Forest 3-1, but I just want to call out Chris Wood in this game.
Full laughs. That shit's laughs.
Nottingham Forest had a nice shot on goal that. The goalkeeper saved, and the perfect rebound, 3 yards out to Chris Wood. He decides to give a freaking rocket into the goal.
My guy.
And it hits the post, and it bounces out.
Madrazo, way. I think that would have been I think they would have been up 2-1 at that point or something. It was a really tight game. No mames, way. ¿Pa qué?
Un madrazo, and I was watching it, and I was like, what the fuck?
Fierras, literally, the ball was so close. It's from here to the camera. And le dan madrazo off the post instead of just putting it away.
I would have taken him out. I would have been like, no mames, way.
Nah. Learn your lesson.
Okay, moving on to Copa del Rey. That was also this weekend. Javier Aguirre's men dropped the ball and lose.
Pinche Javier Aguirre, way.
Bilbao's first cup trophy in 40 years.
Yeah, man. That's a lot of time. And El Vasco Aguirre, he came out, showed face, told the people that he was proud of his team. Told the people that I think he mentioned a couple of slip-ups on his end. He could have done things a little bit better.
Yeah.
But, nobody expected Mallorca to be there.
Yeah, and which was cool, right before the game, the Mallorca fans were like, whatever happens, and we're proud of Javier Aguirre and your work. They put posters or pancartas on a bridge in Mallorca, and it was going viral.
That's awesome. No, but my guy, like you're that far. There's no way they're gonna do this again.
Yeah.
No va a pasar.
I think the game plan was solid. It's something they've been doing, which they just sit back and trying to go on a counter.
But it's one of those things.
Just unlucky.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Es amargo because like you were up 1-0.
Yeah,
you were doing good. Y se te fue la onda al final, and you lost the game. But you're so far into this long-winded tournament, getting past the best of teams. They're not even there anymore. You have a manageable opponent, right, in Athletic Bilbao, and you just don't come through with it. It's just like, ahora pa cuando?
Yeah. I still think he did his best. And penalties are a coin toss.
No, yeah.
Right. Anybody can win. What I do want to point out is Javier Aguirre, something I really like about him is que él siempre da la cara and says, look, guys, we lost. We tried our best. Some errors on my end. We're going to keep working. And I think that's what people appreciate, you know?
Exactly.
Instead of always saying the same shit.
Yeah, people were saying, yo, why does La Liga get to rest this weekend, right? Everyone else is going. And right ahead of quarterfinals for the Champions League, which, I mean, devil's advocate, like my guy, it could have easily been Real Madrid, Barcelona in the final, and then they would be the two that are probably left in Champions League. Yeah. So it's interesting, but I mean, the cups for in Europe, I mean the English cups all ended a long time ago, right? It's been a while now. So I don't know, just a little food for thought for conspiracy theorists that La Liga is trying to help their teams the most. But no, at the end of the day.
It was convenient this time that none of the Champions League teams were in Copa del Rey final. Mm-hmm. So it's just, you know, things happen or things don't.
Yep.
Moving on really quick in Germany, Bayern Munich draw points. Bayern Leverkusen win their game. So they're officially 40-plus games unbeaten.
Bayer Leverkusen 16 points ahead.
16 points ahead.
To my understanding, if they win this weekend, it's over. Yep, 16. They have 76 points. Bayern has 60.
Oh my!
So
God. They're far ahead.
I'm gonna be covering this in my games to watch, and I believe it's all Jover after this weekend. Hasta papita too.
In the CONCACAF Champions League, Tigres got eliminated by Columbus.
Pendejos.
You wearing a Columbus Crew shirt?
A huevo.
That's the OG.
This is the OG. This is the crew with the three vatos on there looking like a fucking Marlboro commercial or some shit. like a fucking Marines commercial.
I don't know why they changed that crest. That crest is sick.
It's pretty sick. Like
it's different. Like who else?
Yeah, it's different. Usually you don't got vatos on there, right? Like on the fucking thing. I think they could have done better, and then they changed it to that crappy circle crest, and then they completely hated it, and they changed it now to the C.
Yeah,
with the crew underneath it, right? I don't love either of them, but yeah, that's why I'm wearing it. The team that surprised everybody, I think. Everyone is expecting if there was one MLS team left, it was going to be Inter Miami not surprising, but beating Monterrey.
Yeah,
but the crew ended up tying Tigres at home in El Volcán, which is a huge statement for them. But at the end of the day, we got to remember, they are the MLS Cup champs.
Yeah.
Por algo es algo.
And you could almost go as far as to say they were obligated to win this tie.
I think they needed to. I know Tigres is a huge team. They spent all this money, todo, but I think they should have been the favorites because they're the best MLS has. They're a very solid squad. They have probably the best coach in MLS.
Yeah.
And they did. They came through. That funny-ass goal at the beginning, the Guignac, because Patrick Schulte fucked up on the play.
Yep.
And everyone thought it was over. I know a lot of people on Twitter were like, bro, I turned the TV off. I thought that shit was over.
Which was fair because it was like, 4 minutes in? But that goalkeeper just never gave up that mental strength. Took him all the way to the penalties, and he ended up coming in clutch for his team. Yeah. Saved Guignacs, so le devolvió esa. And he saved Guido Pizarro's PK which was the first two for Tigres. So it puts your team mentally ahead. And then the first two kickers also have to come through for your team.
Yeah.
And they did.
And there's no way Tigres, you're at home. There's no way you can be scoring just one goal at home, right? There's no way you can get scored on and then all of a sudden it seems like you don't have any more wind in you.
Yeah.
Right? You have the young players off the bench. Why don't you use a Nico Ibanez? Nico Ibanez was a top goal scorer in Liga MX a couple seasons ago, and you have him like he's a youth player on the bench, not even touching him. Like, it's crazy. Y lo que les faltó era gol.
Yeah.
So, like, este equipo, they got players.
No, Nicolas Ibanez. They put in Vigón, Córdoba, Quiñones, Luis Enrique Quiñones, Ociel Herrera, and then Purata. But it wasn't enough for them, and you expect more out of this Tigres.
Yeah. I don't get it. Kind of seemed at the end like they were fine with the 1-1.
Yeah.
You're at home. You have the biggest of advantages. You don't put it up to a coin flip in penalties. And they learned their lesson, man, because like we were talking, that Columbus keeper was ready for penalties.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you that guy like knew it was coming, and he was like, I'm gonna
6'3", 23-year-olds out of St. Charles, Missouri.
Yeah, and the
young goalkeeper con un temple.
Yeah.
You can tell already.
And the Tigres keeper, Carlos Rodriguez, is 35 years old, forever backup in Liga MX. And you could just tell he was just not there. No se le veía la confianza. When he was guessing sides, he basically went the wrong way for like 4 out of the 5 kicks that they did. It was just not there.
Yeah, which can seem unlucky, but it's one thing medio diving, and it's another thing just going for it, right? Having, like, showing that you're like, okay, my head's in the game, and I'm going to stop at least one of them.
He's there because Nahuel Guzman is injured. He got a really big injury in the CONCACAF Champions Cup a couple of weeks ago, and he's out for a while. But the crazy thing is that I don't understand from these teams is, do you really not have a single youth player in the ranks that is like a stud goalkeeper? Like, uno que digan que nomás se oye, güey, que, oh, shit. Yeah, we have that U19 guy. He's perro para los penales. Y es cabrón. He's 6'3". How a whole ass academy of one of the best clubs in Liga MX, in a country that is all soccer. You're telling me you don't have another one? So you put in a 35-year-old backup keeper.
That's my biggest theory for goalies in Mexico. Is that Mexico does not have good goalkeeper trainers, goalkeeper coaches.
Yep.
Because we see it with, we can go on a big rant about this, but whenever you see goalkeepers no están preparados como se debe. And you already have that, and on top of that, you put that Mexico isn't a super tall country with tall people, right? Mm-hmm. Most goalies are going to be 6'1", 6 foot. Malagon is 5'10" or 5'11", whatever he is, or Google has it, I'm 6 feet now. But point is, like, you're already at a disadvantage because you don't have super tall players.
Mm-hmm.
And you still can't, los puedes preparar bien, por eso we're having 35-year-olds starting over anybody younger than
That's
20,
crazy, man.
25.
Yeah, this.
So, yeah, I think it goes further than just this academy. I think it goes with all Mexico academies and all preparadores de porteros. We just don't have them.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because, man, like you said, it's like we're a top soccer-loving nation, and we don't have 11 decent players.
Exactly. I don't understand how this guy was the first choice, in all honesty. Like, yeah, he's solid, but he's solid for Tigres because they're so good, right? Yeah. He doesn't get to get overexposed like if he was with Puebla.
Yeah.
Does he start over the young guy that Puebla has right now who's been killing it even though they get wrecked every game? Who knows, right? But that's the luxury of being on a team that has that usually doesn't get wrecked all the time, and then you get exposed. It just kind of irks me because, like, the level of differences in the confidence at those penalties. I knew Patrick Schulte was going to get the majority of those, and I knew that this guy was not going to get a single one.
Yeah.
The moment that Guignac missed, I was like, the other guy, unless the kids, the Columbus kids, they just sky all their kicks, this guy's not going to stop one.
Yeah.
It's over. And funny thing, talking about kids, the fifth kicker for Columbus, Max Arfston, ex-Earthquake.
Dude, I don't want to shit on him or whatever, but, like, a kid from Davis really stepped up and was like, te la clavó.
But that's the wildest thing. the Earthquakes don't even have the confidence or the ability, the scouting, the analytics to be able to get the right players. There are so many players that have gone through their ranks that just don't make it. Diego Luna, Fidel Barajas, this kid, Max Arston, Drake Callender. They just gave him up. They just gave him up to Miami, right? And then because they banked on JT, and Drake Callender's way better now, right? Yeah. We see that. So like all these players that are keep falling through the cracks, through the Quakes, and they sign other people. They don't even give them chances. A team like Columbus drafts him. Not only do they give him chances, they give him the fucking like the most stressful penalty kick to take. They give him all the confidence, and he wins them the game.
Yeah.
It's crazy. There's levels.
Stands there like this, waiting for his team. And El Volcán, man.
In Monterrey.
In Monterrey. Like, holy
Quakes
shit.
can't even qualify to these damn tournaments. It's crazy the levels that there are to this. That guy's off to a great start of his career already.
Yeah. He's killing it. Yeah, and one of the other games, we got Club America against New England.
Club America.
At home, 5-2. Honestly, I turned it off after, I think, like the 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to watch, dog. Ya pa que. The boy Tim, if you listen to this podcast, remember what did he say? Like after 5-0, nobody's learning.
Oh, yeah, true.
Right? A good friend of ours that we met at a conference here.
Shout out Tim.
Yeah, man. He's grown his Instagram page. Coach Tim, Coach_Tim81, something like that. Look him up on our page. But he was doing a video that we were talking about where his kids were wrecking this other team, and he's like, nobody learns after 5-0. It is. Yake?
Yeah.
Right?
Like nobody's having fun anymore.
Nobody's having fun. It's not even really competitive, right?
Overall, it was an aggregate of 9-2.
Dios mío.
Yeah, I mean, New England is not doing great whatsoever. Historically, they're a decent team. Especially these past few years, they were up there fighting for the Eastern Conference. But this season in particular, I think they were second to last.
Last place in the East. Only second last to our Earthquakes. Hijos de su madre.
Yeah, and it showed too much quality. In terms of America, they're firing on all cylinders. They're second place in Liga MX. Only second to Toluca on different goals. But it's just worry for me as an America fan because you played such a bad team that now you're going to play a good team.
A couple things to call out. Your boy, Henry Martin, did that Salvador Cabañas celebration.
That was beautiful.
Put the shoe on his head and
almost teared up a little.
And did his muscles. Yeah, America fans are crying.
Yeah, dude. And then on the TUDN transmission, Salvador Cabañas sends in the video saying Henry Martin te admiro mucho and all of this, and I was like, oh no,
damn,
that shit was tough.
That shit.
He's like, and then Salvador Cabañas was like, todo está aquí, and I was like, is that like a
what
joke is that?
What do you mean by that?
And then the commentator was like, sí, todo está en la mente de que tienes que tener todo bien en la mente.
Yeah, no, see.
I was like, fuck, dude.
He was like, oh, fuck.
Bad joke. But
maybe edit that piece out.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Henry Martin's been killing it. I think he deserves that contract that he's asking for.
Yeah, but America, I don't know if they'll give it to him.
I don't know.
I feel like they're like, we need the young guys, right? We need a younger person. If you want to stay here, más baratón, ¿verdad?
Send more fair.
Yeah, that's probably what they're gonna tell him. Like, hey, no, 25% off. Wait, come on, somos compas. The other thing that I want to call out, Carles Gil, mucho blah blah blah, witty before, right? He came out in the pre-match conference of the first leg, saying that he thought that los super líderes at that point, America. He was saying that they were going to suffer a bit. I think he was in Spanish too. I think he mentioned que iban a sufrir un poco, especially in New England. No mames, que sufrir. They won 4-0.
Yeah.
You're now 9-2 y se comió 9, güey.
Se comió 9. ¿Qué hizo? Nada.
No hizo nada. No. Did they even? If I was the other coach, I wouldn't even play him because, like, no, he didn't even start. But that's smart on the coach, right? It's over. It's over. You're last in your conference. rest your star player, man.
Yeah. And then you got Leagues Cup coming up as well. So, yeah, I mean, I get it from the New England coach. America also made a few changes. But Fidalgo, rumor is he's leaving in the summer.
Where would he go? Do you know?
He's going somewhere in Spain, first division. Que es un club importante. But in his place...
El Almería. Que se va.
Rumor is that somebody, a midfielder que está en Europa, que es mexicano, is going to come back. And I'm just like, no. Des por si no tenemos mexicanos allá. And our only two mids, our only center mids are Orbelín Pineda and Luis Chávez. And la transmisión de TUDN said that. And Edson, but Edson's not coming. There's no way he's coming back.
But Orbelín Pineda is a different position than Fidalgo, ¿no? Fidalgo's more natural 6, ¿no? Un poquito más atrás. But
the more defensive one is Jonathan Dos Santos.
Yeah. But
it doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit beautifully because they're also just different styles of play. That's why he's so good, and that's why he's leaving. All right?
Yeah.
But, like, do you need to bring a Mexican back?
I'm
get
just
another
like...
extranjero or let Naveda play.
Or ahí tienes al Cachorro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it's like... But you can tell in this game as well, Cachorro is a lot different style of center mid as well. So, I don't know. We'll see who they bring in. Hopefully, it's not a Mexican coming back. And then in the last game of this CONCACAF Champions Cup, we got Monterrey against Inter Miami.
Starts in 20 minutes, baby.
In a little bit. Aggregate is 2-1 to Monterrey. But there's a lot of drama going on here.
Yeah, the last match, there was a lot of back and forth between the teams about like the calls that were being done. People were very upset about like who should have gotten yellow cards, if there should have been like people should have gotten sent off in the first leg of the match. So much so that even Messi, who didn't play, was very much involved. They yelling at the ref, talking shit. And then after the game, it moved into the locker room, right? Luis Suarez apparently was making his way in there, trying to talk to fools. Messi made his way all the way in. And then, what's his name? Nico Sanchez, ex-GOAT de Monterrey, who is now an assistant coach at Monterrey, said, I think he was telling a friend of his, and then the audio got leaked, that Messi apparently made his way all the way in, and that he at one point was yelling so much and was so mad that his fist was close to his face. Jeez. The Nico Sanchez's face, who's Argentino too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it made its way to news outlets, so he had to come out and show face. And he mentioned something like, yeah, like I was kind of saying that in confidence to my homie. But yeah, he was very upset. And at one point he was like very close to hitting me. It seemed like he wanted to hit me.
Yeah.
And I was like, my guy, you probably were lying out of your ass. And you're just like, oh, ta madre que digo ahora, güey, me van a correr la verga.
Yeah. Also in that, when he came out, he was saying that he never got disrespected, but that the enano estaba endiablado. Que the Messi was really upset, but was never disrespectful towards him or his family.
Yeah.
That's basically what he said. But I mean, it's crazy hearing stories from Messi just being so upset. I mean, we've seen him upset before, like Que miras bobo, that one incident. But he didn't even play this game. And it's like he still was out there passionate and just being upset at what happened. I didn't think the calls were too bad in that Monterrey against Inter Miami game. But I mean, they're probably just used to different level, having some sort of favoritism.
Or winning. Right, and they didn't win, which is going to be good now. A ver si juega Messi the whole game, or is he coming off the bench? They got the perfect ref for it, right? The ref that gave him that shitty ass foul for Messi's first game where he scored against Cruz Azul. So it's going to be a lot of drama. And in Monterrey, you better bet los de Monterrey are going to be fucking leaving it all out there. I bet you they will not want to be losing against a Messi's Inter Miami.
Yeah, and Monterrey are the obligated team to win this game. They have so many players like Arteaga, Gallardo. Not Gallardo because I think he's injured, right?
No, I think he's there. Tecatito Corona. All the superstars.
Yeah, they got all of them there. So it's going to be a great game to watch. And Messi's bodyguard is already trying to figure out the weak points where.
Saw that.
field, the people are gonna come in and try to take a picture with Messi.
Picture. No.
So it's gonna be interesting. All right, moving on. We're gonna go into Liga MX. I think the biggest news here is that Chivas win, and Chicharito scores his first goal since his return.
A huevo.
Let's go.
A huevo.
Qué bonito se sintió con un chivista.
Se sentía bien, güey. I mean,
¿Lloraste?
No, but I was super happy. Like, it was, you know, that Ratatouille meme, the video where it's like he eats the food and he remembers eating it as a kid. It was me. I was like,
when I saw it on Twitter when he scored, and that's the first image that came to my head.
Yeah, dude. I mean, bro, imagine how it's been like 14 years they said or something like that since his last goal with Chivas. It's crazy. Like, but yeah, it was against the last place team. Unfortunately for who it was against, but fortunately for Chicharito, it was manageable enough to where he could score, and that's
he looked good doing it.
That's what a goleador needs.
Yeah,
you need a goal.
Doesn't matter against who.
Yeah,
just score him, and then you just gain some confidence there and keep going.
Yeah, this one could be what leads you to scoring against Pachuca this weekend, maybe, right, against a better squad, and the team needs those goals. So if it comes from anybody, it'll come from anybody, and that'll be dope. But yeah, Chivas was up 3-0, and then ay cabrones, how they made me sweat. Yeah, the Puebla scored 2 at the end, but they still won.
Yeah, because I remember looking at the score, and it was like the 80th, and it was like 3-0. I was like, all right, it's over. But then on Twitter, it's like 3-2, and I was like, what?
Fuck. Fucking sweating.
Arsenal, what?
No se mamón tampoco.
Chicharito taking shots after the game, though. What are your thoughts on that?
Let him.
Keep going?
So the way that I see it, if you're going to be a borracho, you better be good on the field.
Okay.
Right? I don't think Chicharito is a borracho, like, full on, right? I don't think he parties all the time. He seems very professional, very about his fitness, about his
he
persona.
Looks good too, right?
About his persona, right? But my man just scored his first goal with Chivas, with his boyhood club. Probably went out to the clubs because they're like, bruh, it's your first one, right? Goes to the clubs. But if the way that I look at it, you can be a borracho in the footy game, right? It's not the best for like role models and all these things, but you can be. The only way that you can be, and it's acceptable, is if you're even more of a badass on the field.
Yeah.
All those 90s players were probably borrachos, and then they would wake up
worse.
They would wake up and more. They would wake up crudos and score a hat trick.
Yeah.
Right? Porque así eran de cabrones, right? What nobody loves is seeing the videos of El Pocho or Alan Mozo or whoever drinking it up. And then you see them, que traen unas pinches ganitas on Saturday when they play. Right? No, dude. Like, yeah, have your fun. Whatever you need to. Be about your business. Come through. Win some points. Do whatever you want on your time off.
Yeah, but back it up.
Back it up.
Qué bien. Okay, pues I agree with you there.
Huevo.
Monterrey lose to Cruz Azul. That's back-to-back losses after being undefeated. Are they still favorites to win the league?
Está cabrón, ¿no?
Sí.
We got some bigger teams now that are there in the mix. America is obviously right in front of them. All of a sudden, Toluca's in first place. What the hell? Favorites with the lineup that they have, yeah. Stacked team. Pero I think it's gonna be difficult. It's going to be another one, and we already know Tano's kind of cursed.
Yeah, he is.
So, like, what do you...
Fuck Tano.
Like, so, like, it sucks, because, like, if he was first, we'd be like, Tano turned it around. They're going to win. Easy, right? Now they're third, and you're like, bro, it's going to be very difficult. And if he doesn't win it, he probably already made a deal, like, yo, I'm out if I don't, because it's been sucking every year.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting, because... He was first super líder con el América, super favorito, and then nothing happened, right? Mm-hmm. So now he's even worse. He's
third. Was the Chivas loss, no?
Yeah.
A huevo.
No ganaron, toma.
Les echamos la sal, güey.
Pero, yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think overall, in general, it's América and Monterrey that are obligados a ganar. And they should be the favorites. So America is used to being able to handle that a bit more because son los más grandes de México. Y lo del Monterrey.
No creo.
Moving on, we got Pachuca. Pachuca won 3-0 in El Volcán. Jesus Christ, these kids. Jugaron que el sábado, and then they played again today and like nothing.
Yeah, bro. That's what it is. It's la
juventud.
Cuando uno es joven y bello, pueden jugar cada día.
Cada otro día, está bien.
Cuando quieran, 2 veces también.
But yeah, maybe this was a precursor to what Tigres losing.
Yeah, I'm sure that did not help at all.
Yeah.
Getting smacked, right? Versus a more fast physical team, which is generally what MLS teams are. So they were probably like, ay, güey, no, hombre, ya estoy viejito, ahora sí.
Against the Guiñacs or the Pizarros or the Aquinos. Jesus
Cariocas, the keeper, 35 years old, my guy.
Yeah.
They're playing against their sons out there. God damn.
Santos tied against America 1-1. America first half with the team that's mainly subs and reserves. Okay, wait, it was alterno.
Y ahora también, all of a sudden, the yesterday's game. So when are the starters in? ¿Qué te crees?
Most of the game yesterday was with starters.
Ya nunca juegan with starters.
Jonathan Dos Santos didn't start.
6 weeks ago, everybody in America didn't even care if Jonathan was in the lineup. Ahora, oílo, mi gente. No. You take out one player. Oh, no, they don't have subs. They don't have the starters. You put Lara in. Put Lara in. Oh, no. It's because Lara was in. You're like, oh, my God, dude.
Así de grande es el América.
Oscar Jimenez plays one game. No, the whole lineup's not there. Puta madre.
Hey. You can hate all you want, bro, but ahí estamos, second place.
Sí está.
Pero yeah, second half, they put in the stars, the Fidalgos, and they got a goal. But we mainly, this game, want to talk about Stefano Carrillo, who scored 18 years old, and he's already drawing interest from European squads.
Yeah, baller. Super good player. People in the MX have been following him for a bit because he was tearing it up at the youth squads de la selección. This fool's meaty. He's a very physical, corpulento, por decir, like very, like a tall, has some good weight to him player, attacking player, forward, almost gives me Cade Cowell vibes, right?
Good shout,
that they're young and very physical, something that the Mexican footy game just doesn't have a lot of.
Yeah,
right?
He's 6 feet tall too, so he's pretty tall, 18 years old. He'll probably grow a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But even 6 feet tall, that's already like tall for a Mexican.
Yeah.
And that's already like an acceptable height for a forward, right?
Yeah,
you
want to be
to
be above 5'10", you're killing it.
Yeah.
I mean, we thought Memo Martinez was super tall. He's 5'10", right? He just plays very tall. This guy's 2 inches taller, right? So like, le va a ayudar mucho esto.
Santiago Jimenez is 6'1", I believe. So, yeah, it's really good. This is his first goal. He's been playing. He has 3 games this season. So, yeah, exciting to see what else we got from him. And if he's already drawing interest, I really hope Santos can send him off. Porque we need more young Mexican players in Europe.
Yeah, he would most likely go to
Grupo Orlegui.
Grupo Orlegui, but also to the youth academy still, right? He'd probably go to a U19 still, try to break through, kind of like Alex Alcalá from LA Galaxy.
Or that kid from Elche. What's his name?
Jesus Hernandez.
Hernandez. I mean, he's trying to break through.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, best of luck to him. As long as he keeps scoring goals in Liga MX, he'll keep drawing more attention, and hopefully one can wish.
True.
Games to watch. Let's go.
Let's get it. I got Bayer Leverkusen versus Werder Bremen. With a win over 14th place Werder Bremen, Bayer Leverkusen would take the league. And we would have an end to this reign that Bayern Munich has over all of us in the world of footy.
We got Premier League. We got Newcastle against Tottenham. Newcastle has been winning the past 2 game weeks. And they're going up against a Tottenham who's trying to break into that top 4. We'll see who comes out on top.
In Liga MX, I got El Clásico Regio. I got Monterrey versus Tigres. Tigres just got eliminated in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. So it's going to be a really good match there to see who can be the top team in Monterrey.
In Liga MX, we got America against Toluca. This game decides who's going to be top of the table, with America and Toluca tied in points right now. So we expect a good game from here. And with 3 matches to go, we'll see who ends up top of the league.
We got the next round of the U.S. Open Cup. Local one to us here, close to our hearts in the Bay Area. We got Oakland Roots versus El Farolito de mi Corazón. The very powerful Farolito. If you haven't heard their wonder story, it's the SF-based team that's named after the local taqueria here. Their burritos are fire there. Go check them out. But they're going to be playing here locally in Hayward. We're going to go check them out. If you guys are there, hit us up. If you're going to go, let us know. Maybe we can meet up. But we're hoping for another cup set.
Let's go. Keeping it local, we also got Bay FC against Seattle Reign this Sunday. We'll also be attending this match. Both teams with only 1 win out of 3. Hopefully, Bay FC get their second this week. But if you haven't checked out an NWSL match, we highly suggest you go to one. They get super exciting, and tickets are relatively a lot cheaper than MLS. All right, then Omar, bring us on home.
Let's go. All right, folks, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. We hope you guys love that switch up. El Cesarin fucking killing it, hosting. Let's go. Well, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Yeah. Like we said, we're going to be busy this week and a half with footy games, right? With the couple that we're going to go to. If you guys are going to any local games, hit us up. But yeah, like we always say, subscribe to us. We're moving with subscribers too on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. So we really appreciate it. Our YouTube has been growing. Yeah. Our IG, we're well over 1,000, almost to 1,200. I believe
we're past 1,200 now.
Yeah, we're moving. So yeah, we appreciate it. Keep us growing, so we can keep giving you guys some great content. Share us with a friend, and we will talk to you guys soon.
Peace, everybody.
Peace, folks.